MN 137.
Okay.
Majjhima Nikaya 137. So the reason why I selected is that in the practice of seeing the five aggregates, the second one is Vedana, feeling.
Okay.
To understand the feeling, we need to understand the Salayatana, Ayatanas itself.
Yes. Yes.
Because the feeling comes in Ayatana.
Uh-huh.
The feeling doesn't come anywhere else. So if we want to do Anapanasati, one of the key thing is that we need to see the six sense basis or six sense field. So there are six senses which are the field and six senses objects which itself is a field. So there are 12 ayatanas and the meaning of ayatana is field. Just like you have a field for rice and let's say wheat and or rather paddy and wheat and cereals, lentil, like that. These are the field. You have the same field for eye and ears and nose and tongue and body and the mind, along with the six senses objects, which are the sight and sound and taste and touch and smell and thoughts. So the six senses here and the six sense, the objects, have their own dimension. They don't both interact. To interact, it requires consciousness. So we need to understand that there is consciousness which will connect like a magician between the eye, which has got nothing to do with sight, but due to the connection provided by consciousness, there is an experience of seeing, and that is Passayatana. Okay, because of the Passayatana, there is feeling. So when we say I'm feeling, what is that you're feeling is the question. How do we feel? You have to feel by the six senses. You can't feel other than the six senses. So then Buddha says that when a person is experience, he cannot experience beyond the six fields. Okay, so when I'm seeing three of you, there is a sight, that is you. There is an eye, is here. I cannot see, the object cannot grasp this eye without the consciousness. So there is a phassa, contact. And hence there is Vedana. Buddha says there are 18 Vedanas, which we have to really understand, which are coming in the mind. The first one is Somanasa, mental agreement. That is good. This is good. Then there is Domanasa, mentally it is bad. And Upekha is equanimous. So now, in each senses, we have these three. So 6 into 3, 18. Okay. Now these 18 further gets into 36, 36 and 36, totaling 108. 36 for Gehasitani, which is the householder. Yes.
I not understand because domanasya कहाँ से follow.
Your voice is breaking. I can't hear you.
See,
Ah,
18, 18 I can understand, you know.
not
So much.
89, 18, 18, 1 8.
Yeah, 18, 18. Yeah,
Okay.
I understood. But
Okay.
I didn't get, you know, 36.
I'm going to come to that.
Okay.
So, out of this 18, one side is the householder, another side is a renunciate. So, when you take a householder, he has his 18. And when you take so 6 into 3, 18. Again 6 into 3, 18. So 18 into 2, 36. If we were to take like that. For time being, let's only take that. Instead of 108 Vedanas. So let's only deal with this. Now, householder has a different kind of a Vedana than a recluse or a nekkhamma. That is one who is a renunciate. Okay, so let's understand correctly what it is. So this is manovichara. That is mentally taking that object what it is. So when I see my face here, I take this to be Vilas. This face is Vilas. Now when it is Vilas, it gives me happiness. The moment I go out and I see my wife, I get the experience of wife. So manasa happens. What if the Vilas is not there? What if my wife is not there? Then it brings in dukkha instantly. And it brings in frustration, is vyapada. And if it is there, I get kamaraga. Yep. So, when we want to meditate on the Vedana, how the Vedana comes, we need to see whether we are talking from a householder or a renunciate. So now we have to be clear that I am a renunciate or I am a householder. Let's say I am a householder. Householder means what? One who has a house and he has a family. So when we say what is a family, family is a place where he has a wife or she has a husband and some children, parents, lives in a society, earns for a living or lives for earning, eats for living or lives for eating. Okay. And he wants or she wants to make it comfortable. This is the term of sukha for a householder. So now when he tries, all that he wants is it should be pleasing. So for that there is another sutta, Dukkha Khanda Sutta, Maha Dukkha Khanda Sutta. In that Buddha talks about what is asada. Should have 6 things to be called as asada or aswada or pleasure. One is it should have itha means liking, kanta means lovable, manapa mentally agreeable, kamupa samhita which can give me a collection of enjoyment, piyarupa likable, rajaniya which is enticing. So when the chakku with the object merges due to consciousness, chakku vinyanehi rupehi. When the eye connects to the sight with that, expectation is sukha. That means happiness. So we are in pursuit of happiness. So we think by getting what we want to see, hearing what we want to hear, tasting what we want to taste, smelling what we want to smell, touching what we want to touch, thinking what we want to think will give me happiness all the time. It becomes nicha sanya. That means I can be certain, I can be sure that I'm going to enjoy it. This is the Vedana what I'm looking at. Actual. In everything. So when I turn my head from here to there, as I see the objects, since I don't have yonisa manasikara, when I take my look like this and observe, all the objects I want to observe should have itta, kanta, manapa, kamupa, samhita, piyarupa, rajaniya. These 6 things should be there. It's called kama guna. It should be there. This is the guna. The characteristics of kama is it is itta, likable, and then kanta, lovable, like that. So it should make me pleasing. So when I take food inside, it should be pleasing. If I take the smell, it should be pleasing. So ultimately, it should be pleasing. Only when there is pleasing, and then there is an enjoyment and an entertainment, basically. I entertain because it is pleasing. I don't entertain because it is not pleasing. So let's say let's take an example so it becomes easy. In India, right now, as I speak, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of disturbance, a lot of vehicles, a lot of people, too much of population, too much of dirt, too much of garbage, too much of plastic, too much of all kind of problem, traffic, you name it. Let's say we have it. Is that itha liking? No. Okay. Is it kanta lovable? No. Do I love it? No. Manapa, is it mentally agreeable to me? No. Kamupa samhita, can I collect the sensual enjoyment? No. Then piyarupa, very pleasing. No, it is displeasure. Rajaniya, it is not enticing me, it is not making me anything. Let's say I go to Europe, Switzerland. All the 6 gunas are there. It is likable, then this kanta, lovable. I love it. So when I in Alps, I love it. And the road and the vehicle traffic, all that sight, I'm feeling So nice about it. Then the sound, birds chirping, some good background music, all that is likable. 6 guna, kama guna. Then the smell, nice aroma coming, nice taste. Italian, Chinese, French, even Indian, Sri Lankan, like that. That has 6 gunas. Okay. So what Vedana I'm looking at is that, like, body I want to touch. So I need to, if I go to a nice 5-star hotel, the way the bedspread is, the room, and the way it's been decorated for my consumption. Basically, it looks very good. That means I'm getting pleasure out of it. So this pleasure which I get out of either one or the 6 senses gives us so manasa. Okay. So there are 18. So manasa, do manasa, upekha in each senses. So one sense, 3. Second sense, 3. Like that, 6 senses, 6 into 3, 18. So 18 mental preoccupation. Mano vichar. So my mind, whatever I am calling mind, the chitta carries this experience of 18 different kind of Vedana. 3 in each categories. So now if I don't get it, I get Dukkha Vedana. Okay. If it is not liking to whatever we have spoken, so it is liking to pleasurable or enticing. So this is on the Dukkha. I need to watch. So when I do the meditation of the 5 aggregates, taking the Rupa as the first one, I need to see what am I watching. This is the Rupa. And this gives me 6 guna about myself. Do I look smart? If yes, so Itta, Kanta, Manapa, Kamupa, Samhita, Rupa, Rajaniya, 6. Okay. And in this sutta, what I am talking about, MN 137, he talks about Manorama. Manorama is even more higher than just the Rajaniya. Manorama is absolute enjoyment. You just feel so enjoyable, you forget yourself. Manorama. Manoramana. Like entertainment. Mano is mental. Manorama is mental entertainment. Just like I go to a movie, or I go to a amusement park. I'm playing different games. Let's say I've gone to Florida in US. Florida has a nice Disneyland. I've been there. You will spend the whole day with different kinds of amusement. So you just get amused. And I've gone to in Abu Dhabi, there is Yas Island. There you have different enjoyment. Okay. And that island is known only for that. But entire island, Yas Island, is known for entertainment. And there is a Ferrari also. So you can enjoy the Ferrari and also you can enjoy this amusement, water sports. You can go take it. So you get entertainment. Then there is bungee jumping. Then from Burj Al Khalifa you can jump. And in the US, you also have many of these kinds. So the basic idea is manorama. So the objective of the six senses in Vedana, when we say so manasa, is to have this manorama, mental entertainment. Some people, in the name of spirituality, they have spiritual entertainment. So they get pleasure, which is not absolutely sensual, but also sensual. So there is a mental enjoyment, that is so manasa. So both of them give them the same experience. One is a spiritual jhanic experience, and here it's a material or sensual entertainment experience. Okay, this is what it is. So when I say I am having sukha vedana, that vedana is in relation to these six things. So I have to see these six things. Whether I'm loving it or I'm liking it. Yes, I'm liking it. What a taste. So that sound which is coming is Rajaniya, enticing. So it started with liking it. Ittha, like. I like it. And ended with Rajaniya. That sound which comes, that is Rajaniya. Like I see a movie, go to a movie, and I start that, how it is. Wow, that wow is Rajaniya. Started with liking. So you get so manas. So Buddha explains here that we need to understand this, the step by step. First you have ayatana, six ayatanas. Then there's the six object, which is also an ayatana. And they both don't go together. So consciousness connects them. Then the phassa. Once the phassa happens, there is this experience. So when we say Vedana, Vedana is the experience, basically. Just the experience. That's it. So we experience sukha, pleasure, or rather, can say happiness. Any questions? All okay to practice? So when we take Vedana, you should look at this. Okay. Let me open the sutta. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, ready, go ahead.
You just made, it, uh, one, two,
Your voice is again breaking.
six stages you mentioned, Yitta, Kanta, Manapa, and Rajiniye. And which are the rest of them?
I explained. So Itha means liking.
I understood that. Just I wanted to
Yeah.
recollect two missing.
Yeah. Kanta is lovable.
Yeah, I understood that also.
Manapa means mentally agreeable.
Okay, that also understood. Beach maker.
Kama upasamhita means collecting for enjoyment.
Okay.
Then Piya Rupa.
Yes.
Okay. Piya Rupa means pleasing. Then Rajaniya, enticing. Arousal. It arouses. That one. That arousal is what we want. So we want to get aroused. The sensual, there is an arousal. The highest sensuality is sexuality. the highest ever enjoyment is sexuality. Methuna is the highest because it has sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, thoughts. All the six. So you see the female, then you feel like touching the female, then you start licking the female, then you start other things. So ittha, kanta, so then we say you are so lovely. I like you, I love you, it is so mentally agreeable to me. Manapa, kamupa samhita, I am collecting her. I'm collecting her eyes, I'm collecting her ears, hairs, face, lips, and other parts of the body. Same thing for a female to the male. There's one sutta which Buddha perfectly explains about how a man adores a woman and how a woman adores a man. It's a beautiful sutta. Okay, there's another sutta which is connected to this. So to get the pleasure, you have to have all the six of them. Okay. So when we see this Kamupa Samhita, then it is so pleasing because you have collected an experience which is very pleasing. And then there is an arousal. Only when there is a pleasing, then there is an arousal. So when I eat something, when I see, wow, if I see a mountain and I see, wow, that one is the pleasing. So Rajaniya, arousal, comes then. You get aroused by that. You forget everything now. Okay. These six things gives you that so manasa. Otherwise, you can't enjoy it. This is what a geha sukha. Any questions? So when I meditate, I should be meditating on all the six. Itta, Kanta, Manapa, Kamupa, Samhita, Piyarupa, Rajaniya. So when I say meditating, that painting over there, somebody has painted it. So do I have Itta, Kanta, Manapa, Kamupa, something like that? That means I am enjoying the sensuality of that painting. Or if I am seeing this lights, what I have put here for recording, it looks good, I'm enjoying the senses. That is Chakku Vinyana Rupehi. Chakkuna Rupam Diswa Somanasattaniyam Rupam Upavicharati. As this person starts thinking, oh, how nice it is. Wow, so good. Let me enjoy it as much as possible. That is when the craving starts. Because now he knows it will go away. So he doesn't want it to go away. So the craving is there to get it again and again and again and again. Because I don't want to let it go. So there is an upadana. There is grasping. Because there is craving, there is grasping. I want to crave for that experience. Let's say I went to the mountain and I enjoyed it. But I don't want to go. But I have to go. I went to a bar, had a good drinks, but I have to go. I went to a movie, but after 2 hours, they're going to kick me out. So I need another movie to make that all the six. I found a woman. very good looking, but she's aging. I need a better woman. I need young girls rather than middle aged. Let's say. So my eyes will search for young girls. My eyes will search for some material. 1 second. I need to take this call. Hello. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಇವತ್ತು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಈಗ? One second. I got a courier, so sorry. Okay, so basically that is what I need to do. So I need to get all of these 6 in anything I do, whether eating, seeing, tasting, hearing, touching, smelling, and thinking. All the 6 should have this. Then only it makes sense. If not, it turns into dukkha. Same one, dukkha, because now I don't want it, because I didn't get it. So I went to a movie, not good. I went to a hotel, not good. I went to an entertainment park, not good. I went to a place to see, not good. I touched someone, not that good. Right? And thinking also same, not that good. So this is how a householder enjoys happiness and enjoys unhappiness. So normally he is shifted between happiness and unhappiness. Happiness, unhappiness. Whenever he gets happiness, he doesn't want it to go. So he gets the craving for happiness. Whenever he doesn't get happiness, he craves for happiness again. It's not that he is going to become a renunciate. He craves for happiness back. So he falls back into sensuality. So he keeps on lamenting that it was so nice, now it is so bad. Oh, that hotel was so good, now it is very bad. That wife was so nice looking, nice mannered, now she's not. I don't like it. The children are so horrible. They now curse me. They were loving so much. I don't know. So all that is householder's unhappiness. So he goes from one extreme, which is unhappiness, another extreme, happiness. So he goes in pursuit of happiness. I need happiness. So he does sankharas to get the happiness. Got it. So now I need to check when I sit for meditation, based upon what we discussed on the aggregate. So the rupa, I used to see this rupa. This is ajat. This is mine. So when I question, like rupam attato samanupassati, is I treat this body, this material body, as mine, then the vedana attato samanupassati will happen, because I am getting so manasa of it. Got it? That's the reason, that's the when I take it as mine. This is mine. Because the feeling, the experience is so nice. Today Champika has not come. If she has come, if she would have come, would have been nice. So she said, I'm 60-year-old. And today we have Beam. So I had asked him this question, how old am I? And then he looked at my this one and said, you are more than 50. It was such a heartbreak for me. I thought he will tell me 35. He didn't. So other parts are okay, but what should I do? I should have covered it like when Beam comes, I should cover it so that he doesn't get to see my. Why? Because it brings me dukkha. So how the feeling of the dukkha will be? Have you ever observed how the dukkha will be and how the sukha will be? If you are having sukha, in your heart region, there's an expansion. If you are in dukkha, there's a contraction. You feel contracted. You should test it out. There's a feeling, there's a real feeling. It's a mental feeling of expansion versus contraction. What's the point? Any questions?
Sadhguru, do you mean to say the mental things has got to do with the physicality?
Mano pubbangama dhamma. Mano setta manomaya. So through the mind, he will experience in the body. So when there is a pleasurable feeling in the mind, the body becomes light. When there is a displeasure in the mind, the body becomes tight, heavy. So when somebody dies, you can feel the heaviness in the body also. Apart from feeling sad, you will feel body heaviness. When I lose a contract, same thing happens. When I lose a job, same thing happens. When I lose a vehicle, same thing happens. When I lose my property, same thing happens.
Achha, you mean to say it brings about the physiological changes also?
Yes, it does. And that is when we get disease also, right? So when we say depression, the mental aspect is also experienced in the physical. Yes or no? He loses interest in eating. He loses interest in various other things what he was doing physically, meaning he was going for a walk, he stops, keeps it in one corner, and the diseases get developed. Both that's the reason it's called as psychosomatic disorder. Psycho means mind, somatic means body, the disorder of body and the mind. So all for pleasure, I'm doing this. So a householder tries to get the so manasa as much as possible and doesn't want do manasa. But nothing can be done because you get all the three Vedana. You get upekha, you get do manasa, you get so manasa. Even if I want so manasa, the do manasa is going to be there. So my practice should be on what feeling I'm getting through chakku and rupa, through sota and the shabda, ghana and the gandha, jiva and the rasa, kaya and the pottabha, mano and the dhamma. Mana is in the heart, adaivattu. Is it expanding or contracting? The thoughts will either make it contracting or it will make it expanding. But since it is mano vichara, so Depends on the type of the object which will give an experience. The ayatana is the experiencing place. Clear? This is the practice, first level practice for Vedana Somanasa. So only do Somanasa, Domanasa today, tomorrow. When we meet, we'll take the Upekha. We'll go slow by slow for practice. You just have to do tomorrow or today onwards till tomorrow. See, whenever you see the sight, are you getting Somanasa or Domanasa? When you hear the sound, Somanasa, Domanasa. When you smell, Somanasa, Domanasa. Taste, Somanasa, Domanasa. Touch and thoughts. That's the assignment. Then you will learn what is Vedana. Actual, how do you experience Vedana? You should see an expansion in the heart. You feel so relieved, and that's the reason you feel sukha. And you feel contracting in your heart. And hence dukkha. I'll give you an example before I close. Day before yesterday, or sorry, not day before yesterday, we had one person here, he wanted to clean, and my wife was saying that we need to keep this computer area, some dust is there, so let him clean. That poor gentleman had come, he wanted to clean, and then I pulled out my computer. I did not switch it off. I just made it sleep, and then we pulled the table and he cleaned it and all the dust was removed. But when I wanted to start, it did not start. I was worried because this is a gifted one or a donated one. The computer what I've got is a donated one. It's not mine. It's come out of donation. I did not pay for it. And hence it doesn't belong to me. So I had a domanasa. Not for that enjoyment, but domanasa for the dana, what has been done. Because dana, the monitor here, what I am talking to you is dana. This speaker, the mic is dana. And this arm which has been given is also dana. The mobile phone what I have for this video processing is dana. Everything here is dana. It's not mine. So I need to take care of it because all dana. If it were mine, it's okay, but it's not mine. So yesterday I was having domanasa. I was looking at how the domanasa works. It contracts. In your heart, you can feel that contracting feeling, and the body starts becoming heavy. That is domanasa. Why? Because it is neither ittha, not as per liking, kanta, not lovable, manapa, not mentally agreeable, kamupa samhita, because it is not, I'm not able to collect that experience. Piyarupa, it is not pleasing, hence no sense arousal. Got it? What happened? What would have happened if it couldn't have switched on? I did not get angry with my wife. I was just saying, dust is anyway going to be there. Why do this and that thing has stopped working? How will I record? How will I do the desana? I was more worried, but worry came, right? Always material brings worry. The rupa brings in worry. So Buddha says there is no rupa in this world which will not bring in dukkha. There is no rupa in this world. It should bring in worry. One of the aspect of dukkha is worry. What is going to happen? Worry. That should happen. So this is the example I could give, practical example yesterday. How for 10 minutes it started contracting and contracting and contracting and contracting, looking at what should I do, what should I do. And my wife was thinking, oh, why did I ever tell him to clean it? Then I showed her, look, this monitor can go this way, that way, we could have done it. How do I switch it on? So after a while, I tried doing something. And it worked. It was a relief. But it worked. It's a relief. So the mind, the heart started to expand. And what happened? The domanasa went away. So you can see when the somanasa comes, domanasa upekha will not be there. When the domanasa is there, somanasa upekha will not be there. When you get upekha, domanasa, somanasa will not be there. And then you have discerned the Vedana. This is Vedana. So through Salayatanavibhanga, we can understand how Vedana works. So tomorrow when we meet, we will take the next part. Today is enough. Tomorrow means Thursday. In case we are meeting with the Hindi group tomorrow, then we'll see. Otherwise, we'll meet Thursday for the next. So you have 2 days to work out. Only on Somanasa, Domanasa, Somanasa, Domanasa on the 6 senses. You can read MN 137, Salayatanavibhanga Sutta. Just go through it. You might not understand it fully. It's okay. But we'll go slow by slow. We will do that. We will see how we can eliminate. In the end, Buddha teaches how to eliminate it. All right. Shall we end for today? Namo Buddhaya. Thank you.
Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya.
Bante Namo Buddhaya. See you. Bye bye.